What Jesus said about lust that many people don't know. Jesus was a Jewish prophet who lived in Palestine during the 1st century of the Christian era. As a prophet, he taught many doctrines that laid the foundation for the Christian denomination. What he taught about lust is a topic of great interest today. Jesus strongly condemned lust, which is defined as the intent for sensual gratification. He taught that the sin of lust destroys our relationship with God and ruins our personal lives. He taught that when we engage in intimate relationships outside of marriage, we put ourselves at risk of reaping greed, pride, and ever-growing lust. Jesus compared lust to a burning fire that ignites the body and destroys the soul. He said, "Let your eye be good, guard it, so as not to yield to lust." This means that to avoid this kind of temptation, we must take care of ourselves, because if we allow ourselves to be drawn into lust, it will ultimately destroy us like a consuming fire. The Bible also states that lust leads us away from God and is a form of idolatry and self-worship instead of serving God. The New Testament teaches that the deeper meaning of sexual immorality is that it separates us from God and destroys the soul. To combat the sin of lust, Jesus tells us to seek God's guidance. This means we must walk with God, live a life of obedience, and walk with God every day to shield ourselves from all kinds of temptations. He emphasized that the best way to overcome temptations like lust is to develop a deep and intimate relationship with God. The Gospel warns us to prepare for the temptations that await us. Jesus said that the strength to resist these temptations and to test them completely is taught to us by fighting these temptations with the holiness of God, because that's where our source of resistance comes from. Finally, Jesus taught us that lust has serious consequences. He taught that the consequences of lust are extremely concerning, such as marital infidelity, depression, venereal diseases, unwanted pregnancies, and its impact can be devastating. Therefore, for those who desire to resist lust, Jesus offered powerful strategies. He taught us to be mindful of temptations, to strive to seek God's guidance, and to act wisely in the face of lust. He encouraged us not to surrender to any form of sexual slavery and, above all, to fear and love God.